Hello, this is High Templar. Welcome back to my Total War multiplayer battles. And today it's one day after the release of the Vampire Coast, and I have played this battle yesterday, just after the release. So obviously we are playing 2 versus 2, and obviously there will be 2 Vampire Coast at least, because it's just after the release. So let's have a look at the armies of our enemies. As you can see, we have beautiful 4K Necroflex Colossus here. And then we have Silostra, not on her mount, which is actually pretty good because she's ethereal now, although no more ethereal units here. We have Felbats here and here. We have deck droppers here and deck dropper handguns here. We have a few units of depth guards actually, here, and here with the polearms variant, and Pyrect deckhands mob with polearms and normal variety as well. So pretty decent. Oh, there is one more unit here. So very low on the firearm. There is also cute group of the Morgul right here. Look at those adorable guys. Then our other enemy has Norska, and there is a Trog right here. Very, very annoying lord if you can play him well. We have Marauder Hunters in the back. We have Mist Stalkers, obviously. Very good pick for Norska. Marauder Berserkers, there is 2 groups of them. Spearmen as well. We have normal Marauders here. This is the other group of Berserkers. We have Female Warriors, not a great weapon variety, interestingly so. We have Skin Wolves, 2 units of them. And we have 3 units of Norscan Warhounds, which would be very, very good against the other Vampire Coast faction. However, I have brought something else. So let's quickly look at the other Vampire Coast. Here we have a load of zombie deckhands mob polearms, quite obviously. And then we have finally some firearm. We have zombie gunnery mob handguns, a lot of them. We have Count Noctulus and 2 Necroflex Colossus. And then we have Caronate, because just in case the other guy brought Caronates to shoot our Necroflexes. Count Noctulus on the Necroflex Colossus. Pretty crazy, if you ask me. Then that's it. That's pretty much it for those army. Then we have for my army, which is Lizardman, we have Skin Priest of the Beast, which is kind of an obvious choice against Norscans. We have Saurus Spears. We have lots of Saurus Warriors with shields. We have more Saurus with spears here, just to defend Karnai. There is also a Krogar on foot. I was expecting them to bring lots of polearms, both from the Vampire Coast and the Norscans. So, I mean, Norscans would bring spears, but also hunters, any kind of anti-large. So I brought him on foot. He is still very, very powerful. And then I have 2 units of Cold One Spear Riders, which were buffed, and the single units of Skin Cohorts with Javelins. And that's it. Those, I should have probably bring more range. However, yeah, let's just see how it will go. So this is a very large map. They are already coming. We are putting... That's a loss of ammo. But they are going there to bring down the guns, obviously. I'm moving Krogar to help. Those carronades are... yeah, now there is a fire from the handguns into those felbats. They are almost breaking. There will be help from both polearms and the Krogar in a second. Oh yes, here he is moving. And then there is a lot of skin wolves and warhounds coming in. So my spears are also moving. Necroflex Colossi already starting to fire. Damned Knights, in my opinion, beat too fast. They will not be supported very well. The skin wolves already getting fired upon. Firstly, I'm moving here to intercept those guys, but already my skin cohort is trying to get there. I have moved my spears against those skin wolves here, and I'm moving my line infantry against those guys, Norscan Warhounds. I will be moving my range as well and putting my spears against those knights, and as you can see also my skin cohorts is generally firing in that direction. I've caught the wolves with the cavalry, and obviously this is a very powerful tool against any ethereal units. Kill them with magic. My spears are moving away, leaving here Krogar just to screen those range units. Here the skin wolves are trying to get into Necroflex Colossus. The Norscans are moving finally here, but they are too slow. My units will be able to just crush those warhounds and go back. Because the Prometheans showed up, I am going back to support this fight. I am charging into that group right here, and also these are berserkers and the marauders. It's really a good idea to put another Flock of Doom on them. Those guys have broken from my spears, but there are berserkers coming in, unfortunately. On that flank, let's just put it in slow motion. On that flank we have almost dead Prometheans against my units, which are in very good condition still. But yeah, those guys are not a threat here. But there is more and more of the enemies coming in. Carronades are still, one of the Carronades is still online. Here I stopped all of those guys. Those Marauder Hunters, those Marauders, all this group is stopped by my 3 units here. And this is 2 units that are large, that I have skin wolves and the skin wolves and the female warriors here, and the Trog is here. But I have 2 spears just in this case. Right here. I'm being attacked with magic. I'm buffing those units right here, right now with my shaman. So this was not very well coordinated attack, and I'm going in with my Scald One Riders with spears against those skin wolves. And with my spears against those female warriors. And with the other, we move the spears against the Mist Stalkers. My guys got into the wrong fight with the spearmen here, so I will be trying to get them out, but female warriors are already retreating. That was miscasted Flock of Doom, unfortunately, for some reason. That was pretty sad, unfortunately. Celestra is doing a great job here. but my Saurus warriors with spears are doing very well against those female warriors. There is also Trog that is fighting another unit of spears here. I am retreating one of my units of Cold One Riders, but those guys, I already retreated them, but they got into madness, and I will be cooling them down with the new ability that we have. But as you can see, the Norscans here are not very well. Also, female warriors attacked. Oh, now I will be retreating them. But they attacked into my anti-large, so that's not much of an issue. In here we have Death Guard polearms fighting Krogar, and the another Death Guard fighting my spears. But there is a lot of large units here. There is also a Caronite that will be Skincords with javelins are fighting those polearms. They have no more ammo. Interestingly, my Skink Priest, who is almost out of mana, is being attacked by those deck dropper handguns. That's probably not the best of ideas. Saurus warriors with spears chasing after those Mist Stalkers. Song of Enthronement unfortunately casted right here, but this unit of Berserkers is being massacred by 2 units of Saurus warriors right here, and the other unit that is coming back. Here is just a little help against those with my shaman. So all in all, as you can see, so far I'm using good units against good units, but then Celostra right here, when I had this blob of it was just too much. With both the lots of Norscans units and the Mist Stalkers and Trog, that was a lot, and Celostra here debuffing everything, that was just a bit too much. Those Morgurs are here not doing anything, that is a huge mistake. Trog is fighting here my Saurus warriors, which is okay. Here are those guys are finishing off Berserkers, which is fine. What is that, the other unit? That's a spear unit? Yeah, unfortunately a spear unit. So I cooled them down and I'm going into the Morgurs with them. My spears finally destroy that female warriors. On that flank, Krogar unfortunately not doing very well against Death Guards, even that is for polearm variety. He's just not a match for them, which is interesting because those guys are not supposed to be that great. Krogar is small here. Those 2 units are doing okay, obviously, even though there is a Death Guard unit here. But Celostra is coming, so that's not going to be too great. Putting my spears and Cold One Riders against the Trog and against those Morgurs right here, recharging them on occasion. Krogar is running away, which is unfortunate. That unit is chasing down the hunters, which shouldn't be. Those hunters are obviously being devastated. This is another charge into the Morgurs. With my anti-large spears, but those units are almost at the end. But I have some more warriors that I can put against the infantry, and my anti-large units are both fighting Trog. I'm retreating that riders because I think those units can take out Trog, especially with some support from my friend here. Those hunters are not doing very well. There is no large targets that they can pursue. One of Necroflex is still fighting. Morgurs are also not doing very well against 2 Saurus warriors units. Saurus are pretty good. Those guys finally managed to chase away Trog. Not controlling that unit. Devgat with polearms no longer chasing Krogar. Krogar is retreating. Those guys are getting in the thick of the fight. Here is some marauders attacking my Sarus warriors, which is unfortunate. And Silostra is taking down the Carnite. However, Carnite did some pretty great shots here. Carnite going down with 50 kills, but that's 50 kills on the elite units, so that is not so bad. And they were focusing it, so they were not focusing other units. Here is my Cold One Spear Riders chasing after the Trog because he's regenerating. And my Spears, this is not a mistake. This is not a mistake by any measure. Here is polearms, and I'm chasing with my units so I could take them down. And here we have my spears that I will be trying to put against. Those berserkers are almost dead. And we are putting Necroflex Colossus against them because they are not very great against those large targets. And I will be also using those guys here. I caught Throg with my guys, however he regenerated enough so that would be a problem. Taking out this unit of polearms while my firearms could. I've created a line. We have firearms so we can use it against any enemy that's coming back, but as you can see, there's not much coming back right now. There is another charge from these guys are anti-large, and now they are going into the hunters. Hunters have anti-large missiles but do not have anti-large melee. So yeah, Throg is regenerating again, but he is being chased again, and we will be putting infantry on that. Songs of Enthronement, again, that will be a huge problem for us at the moment. Krogar is coming back, but this is it. This is the end. Unfortunately, I don't have any anything that has magic, so that is a bit of an issue here. Trog is being chased down. He might come back. I'm getting my Service Warriors and Cold One Spear Riders chasing against Trog. So I stop Celesteroid, my best unit of spears. And so I can... those guys can tank, and I am charging through with some of the units and then charging around with the other units, also allowing those guys to get into the spot. But unfortunately, she got like right there, which is a problem. I will be charging her with everything I have. This is a charge from my guys, and now retreating, so the black spot can shoot Trog, and they will be shooting Trog. Unfortunately, one of my guys died from this fire, but they will be taking down Trog for sure. Unfortunately, Celestra managed to kill Krogar, which is a huge mistake on my part. I was trying to put that magical damage. The Trog is, however, dying, but his vomit routed almost all of my units. 500 health, 300 health, 200 health, 150. Putting spears against him because, you know, those guys are pretty well, and they are not retreating. Trog is dead. So now I have my best units here, and it's just a fight. I was trying to allow Blackspot to fire upon her, but she just charged. So now I'm just swarming her, and I was trying to make a crumble, but all in all, pretty nice battle. We have huge kills from those guys who were fighting against the infantry, which is quite easy if you are fighting against the deck mobs. So it's not really pointing to anything. Those numbers do not really show us anything anymore, unfortunately. I guess Miststalkers did very well because they were fighting against Saurus. They were fighting against some of the polearms, but this is still anti-large. The Trog did amazing job here. The Caronites were focusing on large targets. They were focusing on they took down the Necroflex of my enemy, so that is with those Necroflexes as well. So that was good. All in all, that was a pretty nice battle. Obviously, amazing kills on the depth guards. Those guys are crazy. And Celestra was very, very useful here with her being eternal and debuffing all the units in the thick of the battle when there was large groups that I tried to stop my enemy and she was debuffing them. It did not make her win in that place, but it surely made a lot of difference. Alright, and that's it. I hope you like it. If you did, press like, comment, maybe subscribe, and see you later. Bye.